We continue our live coverage of the 2-year anniversary of the Maui wildfires.
That's right. Our Tannya Joaquin joins us from Lahaina, where the county is about to begin its day-long event, starting off with the paddle out in West Maui in just a couple of hours.
And Tannya, you got to Maui yesterday. What have you been seeing in Lahaina?
Well, I will tell you, Reed and Carly, the mood is definitely emotional, but it's more subdued than what we've seen last year and, of course, in the immediate days after the fire. Now, I counted, this is actually my 10th time coming back to Maui and visiting Lahaina since the fires happened August 8th, 2023, and I've definitely seen an evolution in the emotional healing of people here, in addition to the building itself. So it has been really remarkable seeing just what has occurred here in the past 2 years.
And Tannya, you were on Maui right after the fires as well. So how were the families coping in the immediate aftermath?
You know, I think everyone in the immediate aftermath, there was such shock that everyone wanted to do something. You remember people donating clothes and food and anything they could. For me, I wasn't reporting at the time, but I felt a need to come over here. So I came with some musician friends just to bring some hope and uplifting through that. So we ended up at what looked like a normal potluck, and that's really what the families were craving, was that sense of normalcy. There were 3 generations of Lahaina families who were displaced. One family member's home survived in upcountry. They all moved in there, and it was beautiful to see the kids just frolicking as if they didn't just experience this horrible tragedy, and doing things like potluck. People were dropping off food. We came and brought music. People were joining in, and seeing people, especially the kids, having that sense of normalcy in the immediate days afterwards, that was truly chicken skin.
And on the first anniversary, Tannya, you visited Front Street. What was that experience like?
Well, I'll tell you what, that is something that is forever living in my memory, because I was there with the Phillips family, who lost not just their home that day, but also a loved one. And they had a horrifying story of how they heard their uncle. I won't share the details. It's just so traumatizing. But being there with them, and that was my first time physically being on Front Street, and it's remarkable what the scene was like. Take a look. Here in the heart of the most devastating fire in history here in Hawaii, 102 lives lost, and look at what's left at glorious Lahaina town. Being on Front Street on the 1-year anniversary, and you can literally feel the pain. That is something, like I said, that I certainly won't ever forget. And being there with the Phillips family, and if you were watching in the last 15 minutes the story we had, since then, Kaleo Phillips was driving me around and showing me, and you could smell the smoke still in the air 1 year lingering afterwards. But he has since lost his vision, so he can't even see those horrifying sights. So the tremendous challenges that each and every one of the families, thousands of them, impacted. And that's something that completely just stays with me. And I've gotten very close to so many of these families, coming here 10 times.
Yeah, Tannya, you were there in the immediate aftermath. You were there for the 1-year anniversary. But what stands out to you about this second anniversary as the remembrances are starting?
You know, it definitely is a date that you sense is going to mean something different to different people. Some people are commemorating in their own way. They want to move forward. They want to honor the victims, and they do so in their own private way. The gathering tonight at the Civic Center won't be public like it was last year. Last year, Kalani Pe'a was there, Henry Kapono. It was a very public event. This year, it's private and more subdued, and that is something you definitely feel. The air is different here, literally and figuratively. You're seeing homes going up, you're seeing hope on the horizon, and you're seeing that sense of healing that people are doing in their own private ways. So it definitely is a different anniversary on the second versus the first.
Thank you so much, Tannya, for being there and your continued coverage from Lahaina for Island News.